For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Hello again. Welcome to the Focus at the beginning of June. Oh my God, I can't believe already half the year is almost gone. Welcome to another show. We got an interesting show lined up for you. We are going to be talking with the producer of My Secret is My Story, and Laura Scaccia from the Mariner Theater about viewing of that video. Then a representative from the Friend of the Court will be coming along talking to us about amnesty for child support. And finally, Therese Hawkins will be here from the St. Clair Rec Department to talk about the summer activities in the Rec Department. Laura Scaccia, welcome back to the Focus Set. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Chris Troy, welcome
Miller.
back to the Focus Set. Nice to see you. I have a copy of a video in my hand. What's it all about?
It is called My Secret is My Story, and it follows 5 lives of individuals who, for one reason or another, have gotten themselves addicted to opioids. And it's basically their quest for recovery, their quest for trying to find what caused them to fall into that category, and to try to help others.
You and a young lady by the name of Sue Rakowski
Yes.
are the producers of this video, and I've watched sections of it, and it's really moving.
You know, it was brought to us a little over a year ago, the idea, through one of the Blue Water Outreach Centers in Port Huron. And Sue was attending a couple of their meetings and things, and really started realizing these are interesting stories, and they're not stories you would think.
Correct.
Usual. You know, when people talk, casually about, drug addicts or all this, you have a certain picture in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are not that at all. They're the farthest thing from. One, in fact, being a school principal over in Troy Public Schools. After a severe back surgery, found herself addicted. And so the more they started talking about it and Sue started listening to these stories, the more she decided, this is something we might be able to do. So she came back to me, knowing that my past history in music and people
Yep.
that I know in the community, maybe a little darker look on video production and things, could maybe put together a project that we could use to try to help people out there from getting addicted.
Well, you've done a beautiful job. You had a premiere showing
Yes.
at Sperry's Movie House up in Port Huron, with successful reviews.
We opened the same weekend as the Avengers, but I will
Oh,
say we held our own very well. We
which
may have had
which
the
sold
smaller-
more popcorn?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to talk to Mr. Beeden up there for that. But we did very well, and so we were very pleased. In fact, they added a couple extra shows because of the turnout.
Laura Scaccia, you heard
Yes.
about it?
Yes.
Or were you there?
No, Chris actually contacted me.
Okay.
And I was excited to show it. It's right, we have an issue in St. Clair County, we know
Yes.
that. We have an issue in Marine City, so we're happy and proud to be showing it. So we'll be showing it 2 times, 2 Fridays, June 14th and June 21st at 7:00 p.m.
At the world famous Mariner
The Mariner Theater, yes.
in downtown, beautiful downtown.
Yes.
Marine City.
Marine City.
Okay, the Mariner is going to show it at 7 o'clock on the 14th and the 21st. Is there a admission charge or what?
Yeah, so the charge, it's $9 per ticket, and we are splitting that between 2 nonprofits.
Okay.
So one is the Teen Center in Marine City, and one is Chris's, an organization that
And
he...
actually, you don't know, we have decided that we're going to just fund our end, give it right back to you for the Teen
Awesome.
Center.
Oh,
Okay, so that's even better.
congratulations.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice. Thanks for the surprise. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
So,
that's
yes.
nice.
Yeah.
River Rec Teen Center is a thing that you and Gary Coase started
Yes.
4 or 5
And a
years
group.
ago, probably?
Yeah, 3 years.
3
so,
years. And Andrew, yeah.
They're just told me that I think by mid-June we should be opening finally. So it was, a vision of one of the students
Yeah.
and some teachers at Riverview East High School.
Jason,
Jason
Jason
Steyer. And so, I'm hoping mid-June. So
Okay.
they're starting the drywall, and it's
Good.
getting exciting.
Good.
Exciting. So.
It is such a gigantic problem around the world and in St. Clair County. I heard just the other day that so many of the people who get on opioids get started from the emergency room.
Yes.
That they go into the emergency room for whatever, broken arm, broken leg, back, whatever, and they get put on these drugs, and then they can't get off them.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Yep.
Now, the other thing about this showing, especially the 14th, the entire cast will be there.
Oh, good.
So following the showing of the film, we're going to have a little Q&A with the cast. So if you have questions, one of the girls who went through this lost her son. Well, she's now starting to get her son back because of her recovery.
Oh, wonderful,
things. So
wonderful.
things can be talked about like that, or
Nice.
other things that they faced while going through their process.
You brought along a trailer. Let's listen to the trailer right now.
Okay, great.
While Laura gets her phone.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's fine. We can cut that.
Thank you.
Hey, that's me. That's not the
Is there a second?
trailer. They having problems? Or are they gonna?
You can just dub that in post.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it comes. Maybe.
Because I had an image to uphold, and that was important to me. So let me just hide from these people for a little bit until it goes away, because I can get through this on my own.
I had spent Saturday having lunch with my friends. They just knew something wasn't right. I'm usually a very happy, optimistic person, and I just wasn't that day.
I was just a fraud, living a life of a complete lie.
The morals I was taught from a kid, the self-respect I had for myself, the self-esteem, all that went out the window. I became a whole different person.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Not gonna do it, I don't think.
And we're back.
And as we're building here, Laura is. Let's go back first to the clip. That was quite a clip. Certainly describes some of the emotions of the people that are in the movie. But we want people to come on June the 14th and 21st to the Mariner and see the whole movie. Great
Absolutely.
movie. My Secret is My Story, right?
Yes.
Okay. Laura, you've also got some other things going on at the Mariner.
at
Tell
the
me
Mariner.
about the new edition.
So in January, I acquired a collection of artwork. They're actually delineations by an artist. He was born in Marine City, grew up in Algonac, and he did his art in Algonac. And his name was Frank Crevier. So the collection kind of found me. I thought I had 50 original pieces. I have over 130 original pieces. Yeah, which meant I had a lot of framing to get done, and brush and palette was awesome. Jim was awesome and helped me with all the framing.
He does great work.
Yeah, so we have our galleries set up with 130 original works, which are actually for sale, but also for viewing, because Frank Crevier's idea was to preserve the history of the Great Lake ships.
He just
and he did.
His work is very unique to me.
Very unique, very unique.
It's
Yeah.
so brilliant. The colors are great.
Yeah.
This one here is really.
That's my
spectacular.
favorite, and it is
Is it?
favorite. It's
Yeah.
called Favorite.
Is that isn't
Yeah.
that beautiful? The colors in it are just wonderful.
Yeah.
So you've got 130 of his paintings.
130 of his original paintings, and then we have limited edition prints that are also available for sale, and cards. So the collection, it's quite a large collection, but it's something to be seen. So
When did he paint? From what years to what year?
he painted from the 60s, mid 60s, until probably the late 70s. He did limited edition prints for the Detroit Federal Savings Bank. So a lot of
Detroit
people,
Federal Savings Bank.
yeah,
Wow.
way back in the
Yeah.
70s. So if you had an account, you got some prints.
This one is the Langley Brothers.
Yes.
And is the Langley Brothers, or I'm thinking the Langle.
The Langles.
Yeah.
So the Langles, and this one was actually built in St. Clair.
Oh my
This
God.
particular ship. That's why I brought it in.
Cost $50,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's quite amazing, just because you get a vision of what these ships look like, and these ships came down the St. Clair River. So it's pretty amazing.
Okay, so they are all on display, or numbers of them
They're
are
all on display.
at the
They're
Mariner.
all on display.
When are the hours? When are the days?
So we're open daily now from 12 to 3, and we have people coming from all over. So
Well, you will. This is a wonderful addition
Yes,
to the
thank you.
to the
Thank you.
Theater, and of course now with the play or the movie coming up too.
Yep.
We've got lots of things going
We
on
do.
in
Yes.
Marine City. Chris, any final thoughts on My Secret Is My Story?
Just, I think it's important that parents bring their kids to see it. That parents share these messages with their kids. Also, I'm sure Sue mentioned to you, part of this project is going to be going into the schools in the fall.
No, yes.
We have
Let's
a
talk
learning
about that.
we have a learning guide that we're developing through a lot of the counseling through the Port Huron schools, and so it will be a two-part, edited into two parts, where kids can discuss each section of the film as it goes along.
Wonderful.
And that'll be shown in all the health classes up there. We're also now trying to get it in the other schools, which is why it's so perfect that the Mariners opened their arms to allow this, because it is a chance for parents down here to
Right.
maybe see it and say,
Yeah.
yes, I want this in our schools down here in East China.
Okay. Chris, salute you for all the work you do. Laura, always good to see you.
Okay, nice to see you.
And we'll be back with our next guest in just a second. Welcome back, and we've got a very nice person from the Friend of the Court, Renee Topolinsky. Did I get it right?
You did.
Golly, twice in a row. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Your department sent out a press release the other day regarding bench warrant amnesty, and it sort of caught my attention. Child support bench warrant amnesty. What is that all about?
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
So the child support program issues bench warrants for people who are ordered to pay child support
Okay.
when they don't follow a court order,
Okay.
or if they fail to appear as ordered to court. So when a warrant is issued, the person is responsible to make that warrant good by appearing in person and paying the bond to get the warrant recalled. Then they have to answer to the judge why they're not paying or not following the court order as required. So in St. Clair County, we currently have 765 active bench warrants for child support.
Wow.
Yes, for civil child support. So what we are looking to do is reach out to that group of payers of support and find a way to get them involved back into the court system so they have an opportunity to look at all avenues available to them to make their warrant good. So at this time, if they are willing to come in, make a payment of $500 in the front of court, we are accepting cash, credit card, or cashier's check.
Okay.
And they make that payment and sit down with the skilled caseworker. We can look and see what options are available to them to get them back on track.
So say, is there an average amount of money that is owed?
There is. So currently we have over $33 million outstanding in child support in
Whoa.
St. Clair County. It's been worse. Over the years, within the last 6 or 7 years, we've chipped about $12 or $13 million off of that by working on these cases. So we are really making a concerted effort to clean these cases up and look at them. But the next project we want to do is try to reach out to those individuals who feel that they just are stuck. They feel like they have this obligation over their head. They just don't know how to make things right.
They don't have the ability to pay, maybe.
They don't have the ability to pay, or they're just so frustrated that they hide and they ignore the whole process because they think ignoring it is just going to make it go away.
Right.
When in reality, their support arrears just keep adding up and adding up. So we have 33 million outstanding in St. Clair County. Of that 33 million, these bench warrants constitute 1/3 of the past due child support. So there's a little over $11 million owed with these warrant individuals alone.
So let's pick a number, $500 a month. Is that a reasonable number for an average number for somebody to pay in child support, or is it low, or is it high? Or?
That's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
The average amount is really around a little over $200 a month for a low income or a starter earning position
Okay.
type of ability. But
So
then,
I owe $200. What you're saying to me, I haven't paid 12 months, whatever period of time. And with this, there's a bench warrant been issued for me. So if I come in and pay $500, then what happens? And you're going to sit down with me and figure out how to pay that $200.
then that warrant gets recalled. Then
Okay.
we look and see what options are available. You do not need to go see the judge. So you
Oh,
don't have to worry about getting arrested. We're going to work with you one-on-one, and we're going to figure out what we can do to help you. Maybe you need your child support obligation reviewed. Maybe it's set too high. Maybe you've had change of circumstances. Maybe you've lost your job, you became ill, you have mental health issues, you're homeless. There's a lot of different reasons why your support could be reviewed. So that's the first option. We also have other programs called the Arrears Management Program. So we'll look and see if we can find a way to reduce some of your arrears that's owed to the state of Michigan under certain qualifying events. So that's an option for them as well. Maybe it's a circumstance where the parents are just fighting and they don't get along. So often you will see a child is withheld from parenting time because child support's not being paid. Now, they're two separate orders, and they're enforced entirely separate. So if there's an order for parenting time, just that order for parenting time is looked at. And the same thing with child support. But you will find parents not doing the opposite because someone's not doing the opposite. So
I'll get even at him.
I'll get even. I'm not going to pay my support, but because they're not seeing their child. So maybe there's some other barriers that are really preventing them from paying. It could be some frustration with the family unit. So we'll also offer mediation services for free of charge if they want to come in and sit down and try to hash out the issues. If mediation is not an option, then we'll give them a motion and they can file a motion and get a referee hearing to see if the issue can get resolved.
This child support bench warranty amnesty is good for the month of June? The
entire month of June during normal business hours.
Okay. And the warrant is normally something in here about $500.
$500. Some warrants have bonds that are set at the full amount of the arrearage. It could be upwards of $10,000 that their bond is. So this really gives people a lot of breaks. We issued this yesterday, and we already had a phone call from Texas, an individual, a man who has a warrant. He's had it for a few years. He lives in Texas, cannot get his driver's license in Texas because of his outstanding Michigan child support warrant. So he was thrilled. He cannot wait to make the payment in June, get his warrant recalled, and get back on track. So we're already seeing the success of this press release being issued.
Well, I had not seen anything like this before. That's why when it came across my desk, I thought we'd get you in here and get a better explanation. So it's a really, as they say, a win-win for everybody because, as you say, there's lots of times and circumstances where maybe the parents aren't getting along, and so who's suffering? It's the child.
Exactly. So the goal is to get regular, consistent support payments for the children and then make the family unit stronger all around. So it's a more holistic approach too, because if we can look at the family and figure out where can we meet them with their needs, then it might start building more of a rapport internally within that family. So
how do they get a hold of you? What's the next step?
Call our office, talk to a caseworker. We will send them up with a supervisor. The supervisor will give them detailed one-on-one attention with their case, review it in particular with them, and look at all options, secure the payment, recall the warrant that day.
Okay. And that is the Friend of the Court, 31st Judicial Circuit Court and downtown Port Huron, and just go to stclarcounty.org and should be able to follow it from there.
They can. Yes.
Renee, this is really nice to have met you, and pretty good work you do.
Thank you very much.
You guys must have, is it a big department?
It is. We have 41 employees, so it's a lot of cases. We have about 10,000 cases that we monitor.
10,000 cases.
10,000, and within those 10,000 cases, there are other cases within those cases. So, yeah, it gets to be a lot when you're having a lot of families involved. So you can see the warrants aren't even 1/10 of our caseload, but they are 1/3 of the outstanding arrearages. So it's a substantial amount.
765 people that are issued bench warrants. How many more are paying alimony every month?
Alimony, that's an entirely separate issue.
Child support.
So we have then remaining cases that don't have warrants. So what we do is we monitor those cases. We have income withholding orders in place. We will have hearings. We will phone them. We send out text message alerts to notify them that their support's past due. So we're trying to find active ways, but these are the ones that are just really scared to come in or feel hopeless. So most of these warrants were issued within the last 2 years, so they're fairly new.
Well, thanks again. Keep up the wonderful work.
Thank you.
We'll be back with our next guest in just a minute. Welcome to, no, we're already welcomed. So we're going to say hi to Therese Hawkins.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
It's been about a minute, hasn't it? You are the executive director today of, I always change your title, of the St. Clair Recreation Department, which is really an active organization. And you've got lots of projects going, and you've got a new flyer out. Let me hold it up.
Sure.
New flyer for the month, or for the summer of 2019.
Yes.
We thought we better get you in here, and Ben is going to shoot that picture. There it is. Look at that. Starting May 13th. It's way after May 13th, beginning of June. What's happening in the rec department?
Well, first off, everything we mentioned today, information-wise, is on our website, the St. Clair Rec Department website, which is stclairrec.com.
Okay.
So if you missed something, you can
go
to the website. And of course, first and foremost, our community outdoor pool is opening on June 15th. And yes, we do still have the pool facility. This building's been sold, but our pool, we had a separate lease with the school district, and that was honored in the sale of the property. So our pool will remain open, and we have lessons, synchronized swimming. I think Sue Daniels, our aquatic coordinator, was on earlier this year talking about that. We're trying to bring that sport back. Competitive swim team, and we have gate admissions daily. We're open daily. You can just do a drop-in, which is $2. Children 4 and under are free, but they must be accompanied by an adult.
Okay.
Or you can buy a season pass, individual, family, or we have senior passes. And we also have swimmer size program. And again, all that information is on the website. And then we have our summer playground program. We offer youth tennis, summer dance.
Is youth tennis new? No, you've had it before.
We've had tennis many years.
But
Dave
now we're
Brown.
going to have it out at the brand new tennis court.
Yeah, last year we actually were on the courts.
Oh, you were?
Yes, it was like they opened the day before our program, so we were fortunate to have use of the courts last year too. And then we have a lot of special events, and what I like about our special events, most of them are free of charge. So we have our summer concert series on Friday night starting June 15th, and our first band is called the Square Pegs. It's an 80s.
Do they go in a round hole?
It's an 80s tribute band. So, and we are encouraging people to come in their 80s attire.
Oh, okay.
So kind of a theme.
And the date on that one?
June 15th. That's the first one.
Just a couple, in a week or so?
Yeah, or excuse me, the 14th.
14th.
14th,
okay.
which is a Friday.
Okay.
And then the next week, the following week, June 21st, is our Darren Hagel and the Burning Love Band, which is an Elvis tribute band.
Standing room only.
Exactly. Come
Get there
early, get your
early.
seat. Our concerts are free, and people bring their own chairs and blankets and just hang out at Palmer Park down by the boardwalk.
How many years has he been coming?
We were trying to figure that out, and it's been over 10.
And his audience keeps building.
Yes, and he still gets a big crowd. The other, all of our bands are good, but our last concert is a reggae band, and I've been trying to look for a good reggae band. I hope this year we'll have it. They're going to be performing on the 19th, so we're kind of excited about that. And the East China Community Band does a performance, but they do it on a Monday night, their regular rehearsal night, and that's July 22nd.
We just covered a concert for the East China Community Band at the PAC.
Yeah.
For their spring concert, and I was amazed at the size of this orchestra.
Yeah.
That has grown to. It's really grown large, and they've got every kind of an instrument in the world in it.
Yes,
and
very
every
talented.
kind of musician in it. People from Fort Gratiot and Port Huron and all over the area are in this band now.
Right.
So
It says East China Community, but I think
not.
any alumni band member in the area.
They should call it the St. Clair County Community Band, but that's for somebody else to worry about.
And then also downtown in Palmer Park along the boardwalk, we have an outdoor movie, July 18th. We're featuring the Sandlot movie, kind of going old school. Okay. And we're trying to do a movie look-alike contest. So if you are familiar with that movie, if you have any freckled-faced kids or anything like that,
or you
that
put
look like
freckles on your face.
Exactly. Like
magic marker.
The actors in the movie, that's just another fun element. And the River Classic Car Show, this is the 18th annual. That's on July 13th. And our next event coming up is our kids fishing on June 8th.
That's always a big one.
Yes, we fish along the Pine River, and it's actually free fishing weekend for Michigan through the DNR. So you don't need a license to fish that weekend.
You do it over by Pine Shores Golf Course?
Yes, along the Pine River.
Okay.
And we weigh and measure every fish, and we have a tank. We call it our touch tank, so the kids can see the different fish that are in our river.
Mm-hmm.
And we do award a prize for the biggest fish.
Wonderful.
And we give away some free tackle
that's great.
and stuff for the kids too. Cargill sponsors that, and they're also there that day. They have free popcorn with Cargill
salt on it. Better have it.
And we have a little environmental station for kids to kind of see whatever goes on the ground goes into the water eventually. So a little lesson for them. And then we have our skate park event every year, Summer Jam, June 15th. We have a family bike parade and a kids garage sale. Like all of those events, with the exception of the skate park, we charge them $5 just to ride and do the contest, but they get more than that back in prizes and stuff.
So let's talk about the skate park for a second or two.
Yeah.
There was a wonderful man by the name of Doug Murphy that was sort of the inspiration, along with the Haas Foundation, to get that all done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite a beautiful skate park.
Yeah.
And it really gets a lot of use, doesn't it?
It gets a lot of use. Like the next generation now is using it. And that was a great community project. The Rotary Club got behind it, key individuals that helped make that possible. And that's a good segue into the Imagination Station playground at Gregg Park. We're rebuilding that. They're calling it Reimagine, the Imagination Station. And there's a volunteer committee that is working very hard for that project. The rebuild is in September. And we're taking donations, and we actually, this was just going out to the schools. We're going to have a picket fence that goes around the playground, and we were doing a fundraiser where you can buy one of the stakes and have your name engraved in it.
Great idea.
So that's available at City Hall, and they have a Facebook page, Imagination Station Rebuild, and we need volunteers to come out and help build the playground during that week, and we need donations, but. We need skilled and non-skilled volunteers. You do not have to have construction. We love the contractors and for them to come out, but you really don't need any experience. We just need hands and
that'll help. Be the actual construction will be in September, but there's a lot of things happening on the Imagination Station rebuild now through September.
Yes. We're doing a road rally in July. And really, we're trying to put everything on that Facebook page. And of course, the rec department is a resource too. You can always call us and we can make sure you get the information.
So the Facebook page for the rebuild again is?
Imagination Station Rebuild.
Simple, okay.
So, but I think I touched on everything. Happy Dog Yoga is doing yoga in the park. On Thursdays in the evenings, starting in June, which is June next week. And we do have some casino trips if people are interested in that. And this is a year-round program, but they play cards at the community center, bridge, euchre, and pinochle all year round.
No poker?
No poker, no, I guess not. So, and we have, I know we have a slow paddle coming up in June on the Pine River if you want to join us. And we do have another program that we started. We received a grant that we have life jackets available at the St. Clair Boat Harbor. If you need a life jacket, if you're going out on your boat or your canoe, kayak, or maybe you have your grandchildren with you and you don't have a life jacket, you can just check the life jacket out, borrow it for the day, the week, the summer, and available. And we have them in infant, youth, child, adult, and extra large adult
That's
sizes.
great to know.
Yeah.
That is really great to know.
So that's another new program. Always have things going on.
Therese Hawkins, salute to you. You do great work for the city and for the surrounding townships as far as the world of recreation. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.